Hey, this is MassX with a brand new Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Parade video, talking in particular about the global version which just launched almost 24 hours ago. We are now in technically day 2 because we've had a reset since launch occurred. What I wanted to do is go ahead and show day 1, day 2 progress, and from at least my experience of playing the Japanese game, some of the more efficient ways to move forward when you are building your account so you are maximizing your time currently in it. So basically, you know, as you log in, you're going to come in each day and you're going to go right down the line. I've done a previous video for the Japanese version for this, and you're going to want to, of course, claim your gifts. Anything that is in there, you're going to claim. You can see my claim record right here. Going through everything, that's all the stuff, that goodies you got day 1 and what you're going to have for day 2. In addition, you should have one free option for cubes. Make sure you get that. That's the upper right hand corner plus sign. It will be marked if you have any available to you. Now we need to talk about the real important stuff, and there's 2 main things, and it's your idle means of getting different things that you are going to need to build your account effectively. First is the Cursed Corpse Stroll. Now, this is going to be one of your key areas. You can see already, I'm already at level 2 on these. You are going to be able to get these items such as AP, JP, Beacon of Training, and of course your Beacon of Recollection bits. You're going to need all this stuff, and you're going to need plenty of it, especially these first few weeks as you're building your account. So it's very important to get that opened up as soon as possible. That, as well as your dispatch area. And as you can see, I have all 4 of those built out at this point. And what you're going to be doing starting immediately, and hopefully you've been doing this since you started, and this is where your main focus is going to be, is on main story mode. You are going to want to push this as far as possible because it's what is going to open up those areas, in particular the dispatch area, because they will, each one will start to open up as you progress further in the story mode. So main story is your most important push right now. Now I'm probably farther than a lot of people because I did go ahead and spend cubes on AP. Not something that I would recommend for free to play. You should be hoarding those cubes. But I wanted to push this since I've already played through the story multiple times on the Japanese version. I've already seen it. There's literally no differences game-wise between the Japanese version and the global version. So main story is going to be your absolute focus. But then your next question is, of course, what do I do when I hit a hard wall? Well, that's when you're going to begin a rotation, okay? And you're first going to want to do your main story quest. When you hit a wall and you can't get any further, but you still have some AP, then go to the event and go ahead and start doing the event. Normal is incredibly easy. You should be able to get through it fairly quickly. Push through the event, get all this open. And then you're going to want to go to hard, and then you're going to want to get through as far as you can. Don't worry about it, just get as far as you can. Once you can't progress any further, then you can go ahead and stop there at that point. You're going to need to be playing the formidable battles, but don't stress on those now, okay? Wait till your team gets stronger. I mean, if you're strong enough to beat the normal one, beat it now. If you're strong enough to beat the hard one, beat it now. But don't overthink it. Let your team and your strength build by what you're doing. And then, once you get stuck to a point on that, you're going to want to go in and start opening up your cursed object area, and it's going to start off very low, so it's going to be very easy. As you can see, the CP requirements 3500 max. For the high school, it's 5900 max. Then it's going to take a fairly large jump, okay? Do this as much as you can. Why? This is going to give you sweep ability in the game to be able to build up your characters quicker and more efficiently, and that is going to be your next stepping stone. The one thing you're going to want to try to do each day, of course, is your domain investigation exchange. I've only finished through normal. Hopefully tomorrow I will be able to open up hard, but go through this as far as you can. Just do it. You need to do this daily. It's going to give you the items that you need to level your skills up. So that is something else you're going to want to hit each day. And then last but not least, you're going to want to open up these also, okay? And it's very similar to what I showed you previously, where you're just going to play through it so you can sweep them, go as far as you can, and when you hit a block, just stop. Don't stress over it. It's not a big deal. Do it for all 3 of them. It's just going to make things more efficient for you to be able to get these items that you're going to need for leveling up your characters, as well as your recollection, as well as you're going to need the JP quest to get the items for when you're leveling your characters as a whole, in particular your skills. All that doesn't take long. The longest part of all this is going to be just pushing through the main story quest, and once you're done it's done. That's the beautiful part. So you're really going to want to focus main story though. That is what you want to do, because you want to get your idle areas open. Now, of course, when you're doing all this, it's going to automatically be doing your day 1s and day 2s, because it's really just playing the game to open all this up. If something hasn't cleared out when you're finishing up your day, look what item that is and do it. But most of the items will happen automatically. Now, why is this all so important? Well, let's go ahead and look at a character and I'll show you why. Now, all my focus for my skill enhancements at this point have been for Gojo. Why? Because I know I'll be using this character for a long time. I don't want to waste the skill enhancements on any character that is going to phase out fairly quickly. But what you're going to be wanting to do is, as you level your main 5, and I'll show you guys my main 5, but you're going to want to level your character. Gojo is the safest bet. You can level him as high as you want, because I'm telling you now, you will be using him for a while. So I've pushed my Gojo more than any other character. But what those sweeps is, it has to go with your grade enhancements. It's going to be very important to upgrade your grade. And the resources that you need to do this, you are going to get from main story. But as you progress through main story, the sweep functionality opens up. So what happens is, now grade 6, I haven't actually gotten everything open for the sweep functionality yet, but what would happen is, if you have, you're going to hit the obtain, and anything that is 3 stars, you're going to be able to, if you are able to do a perfect run on it, you're going to be able to sweep. And why is that important? Because then when I know I need something, I can just go in there. I need 3 or more of the flat container 3s. Boom. I run 1 or 2 runs, get the remainders. Now I open up another slot in there. It makes it incredibly simple and quick. And your grades are very important. Now, skill enhancement materials are going to be a little rare out of the gate, so you have to be very careful with those. I'm really only focusing on my Gojo because I know I'll be using it for a while. So at this point, he's at level 3. I could actually level up a few more, but I'm waiting till I get some more items. And of course, I have his ultimate skill at level 4, because let's be honest, that's what you're relying on to clear the field and get through content as fast as possible. So this is the character I would recommend putting all your skill enhancements into early on. Now, I've chosen to go with the team you see here. There are so many different options in the game to be able to do, but honestly, Gojo is key. He is king in this game. As long as you surround him by enhancements, debuffers, supporters, that's what you need. I decided to go with 2 DPS, but these are the only characters I'm currently leveling right now. As I get into a part in day 3 and probably day 4, where it's going to be more and more difficult for me to level characters, I may go in and pull a character or 2 that I would prefer in the game to put into this, but I was looking for the quick push early on, running 2 DPS attackers. I don't really count Yuji as an attacker, quite honestly, and the only reason why he's in here is due to the event bonus. So I decided to go ahead and put him in, even though I don't count him. I think everybody else on the screen is heads and tails better than him. Probably my next character that I'm going to focus on is Kaito. Why? Because he's going to be very important to really take full advantage of Gojo as you're progressing. Why? Because he has a command skill that on 3 that basically applies cursed energy recovery, recovering 10 cursed energy every turn to all allies other than self for 2 turns. Pretty crazy stuff. And every level you increase him, recovery amount by 1 every turn. So yeah, he's going to be a very important character to really assist you as you're progressing in the game. When you want to try to get Gojo's ultimate off twice in 7 turns, he's going to be very, very important. So he is going to be my next push right now. Once things slow down, which they already are for me because I rushed so much, so I see that as my next one, but I would not recommend going past the 5 character count at this time until you have a set 5, and I'm pretty comfortable with where they're at being level 55s. Yeah, my major screw up, I wasn't paying attention. I started leveling Megami. Wasted those resources, not paying attention when I was rushing yesterday. So please disregard that. That is an utter mistake. It should only be my main 5 that you see with any extra levels on them. But that's where you're going to go, and that's what your focus is going to be, okay? So main quest, as far as you can push it, and then you can start doing other areas to still burn your AP daily. The event, the cursed object collection, as well as the enhancement quest. That's going to be very important. And really the key to this game is logging in every day, maximizing the AP you have, and pushing that and keep pushing your characters as far as you can. So that is where I'm currently at right now, and gonna just keep pushing through content as far as I can get at this point, as fast as possible, so everything is opened up so I can actually focus on true character builds and team builds that I want to have available to me over the next 45 to 60 days as we wait for the most crucial banner to hit. Fingers crossed that we're going to see Yuta sooner than later. So hope everybody's enjoying the game. Hope you're having a good time. This is one of those games that you can really, it does not have to be a grind, 50 hours and just frustration. You play this game at your pace. Just make sure you're using up your AP each day as best you can and pushing that main story, and you're going to be just fine with this game. So hopefully everybody had some good pulls. I got incredibly lucky. It seemed like last night there was such an inflow of people on the gacha that some great 2-3 SSR pulls just kept happening. So I got very lucky and was very happy. But now I am in save mode, and I'm just going to keep saving and just pushing the current account as is until we find out what our next banners are and if they're going to stick with the Japanese schedule. My guess is they're going to do that, but you just never know how quickly they want to push characters in any game. But given that this game is literally no different outside of the delete button, it is literally a mirror of the Japanese version of the game. So with that, as always, please like and subscribe. It helps a lot. Have a great day.